back, week 2. What up,
Let's
y'all?
go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2.
Yes.
Not one, but 2 of your boys. Trash Talk with GGS, and we out here.
Yeah.
So what up, G? How was your week, man?
Chilling, man. It was cool. Another long week. A little work, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we got some news, some things to deal with this week, and we're gonna talk about it. But other than that, I'm here surviving week 2. Let's get it, y'all.
Yeah, man. Same here. Nice chill week. Just we had some pretty good success off of episode 1. Just trying to keep the ball rolling, keep everything positive. Yeah, man, I had a great week. Looking forward to getting into some topics. How about you, Smills? What's goody, man?
Everything's good, man. Living life, still here, still corona-free, thank God.
Amen.
I'm ready to talk about things, man. Let's get it going.
Yeah.
Let's get it, baby. So first things first that we're going to touch on, obviously, is, DMX is out here and he's in critical condition from apparent drug overdose.
Man.
X just can't get it together, man. It's crazy.
He can't get a break, man.
And it's rough, man, because it's like he was on the come up. You know what I'm saying? Did that little year bid for the tax evasion, came out, was cleaning up, had a couple nice features, did the verses, was working on his album, all that, man. And just to hear that news, it's just rough, bro. And the way it's like shaping up, it's just not good.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything anything that's really too positive. Like the wording is what I look for and stuff like that. And when you see things like having some brain activity, like that's never really a good thing, man.
Yeah, I'm on TMZ right now. I see they're saying, and this is as of a few minutes ago, that he's clinging to life in the ICU unit with little brain function, but family members who have visited the rap icon are not giving up. I mean, obviously, it doesn't matter who you are. You want to keep the faith and hope that everything turns out. But, this, unfortunately, this really doesn't look good.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, like, because I'm not going to say that I'm the religious one and all this, that, and the third, but I do feel like I got some type of sync with my spirituality. And it's just crazy how his ongoing battle with demons, like you could see that the demon was always chasing him, and you could always see, like, through his music, that he was having that battle with God and with the demon, so to say, the God within him and the demon that's chasing him. You can hear it throughout all his music. And if it was to end this weekend, it's just real poetic, if you ask me, that someone that's going through that spiritual journey would ascend during the Easter holiday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of crazy.
I don't want to be morbid, but, God forbid, worst case scenario, he passes tomorrow. What's his legacy?
He goes down as one of the greatest.
Yeah.
What he did with those first 2 albums, I don't think is ever going to be done again.
The way he burst on the scene, it's just a different type of energy, man.
Like, he went platinum twice in 1 year.
Yeah.
With 2 different albums, bruh.
Yeah. In the span of 9 months, March and December.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that goes without saying. Like, it was funny because I was talking with I was just talking about how he basically, everybody loves X because he's the one that kind of brought that street essence back. If you really think about it, when Big started blowing up and stuff like that, that's when people started getting on the shiny suit thing, and they started like clowning because Big and them was starting to get on that style and stuff, and that was what Puff had going. But then after the Big and Pac passed and all of that, and then the momentum of hip hop came back through DMX, it was back with that EPMD type feel. You know what I'm saying? Like that gutter street, and he brought it back. That's what got the Locks back on their game when they was just like, fuck this shiny shoot shit, and they was really back on their gutter shit. And
that's why they got signed to. They got signed to Rough Riders, man.
Like you can never ever talk about hip hop without mentioning DMX.
Yeah.
Nah. And just in such a quick span, beside like them 2 albums, and then Rough Riders becoming a thing, and then Volume 1, and then Eve blowing up, then the Locks getting signed,
Yeah,
then he
yeah, he
doing
started a whole
movies.
movie.
Like
He started a whole movement.
A whole movement, yo. A whole movement. And it's messed up, man, that he's going through this, man. Because like I said,
I was just watching the Drink Champs with him on it. Like he was just on Drink Champs.
Yeah, he was.
What's your Drink Champ? I never heard of that.
What?
What?
That's that Nori. You better get on that, son.
What's that?
Nori
yeah,
be having
stop
some
playing,
real. Nori does his.
Oh, that's
thing.
a Nori podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nori DJ EFN.
Yeah.
I just hope that if worst case scenario happens and he does pass away, he's been through a lot, yo. Like he's had legal issues since forever.
Yeah.
So, I have a feeling that even though he'll leave a positive legacy in the hip hop game, but when you mention DMX, I mean, it's hard not to think of, everything that he.
You could think of everything, but like I said, that's why you got to really listen to somebody when they dropping music, especially when they're good at it. Because all within his music, he's telling you the battle that he's having with the demon, and from the words that he used and how he speaks and how he presents himself, you can tell that there's a man with a good heart that stands up and protects his own, bro.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Nah, his storytelling was amazing.
It's those demons that came for him were real, son.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let up.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. When they come for you and they jump on your back, you got to be ready to defend yourself at a moment's notice. Just that slight weakness, man.
The thing is, when it comes to drugs, bro, like there's some demons and drugs it's hard, man.
And that's the fucked up part, man, because when you think about it, you could, I don't know what he was doing or anything like that, but when it does come to drugs, you could be good for 5 years. Take one hit
and you're done. You're back.
And you're back.
No, take one hit of a bad batch. And
and you're done.
It's a wrap, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, either way, man.
Like, that's the crazy part, man.
So obviously we, thoughts and prayers, all
thoughts
of that
and prayers,
good stuff.
definitely, man.
Definitely.
DMX, hopefully he pulls out of it. It's just crazy because we just saw him, on the verses with Snoop not too long ago.
My favorite one for my style, my type of music.
Yeah,
that's my favorite one, man.
That was a good one.
Well, God bless, man. I hope everything's good with him. What else we got going on in the music world, y'all?
Well, speaking of verses, what we didn't touch on, you know what I'm saying? What we ain't touch on was that Ghost verse Red.
Oh yeah, I gotta.
We gotta touch on that, yo, because that.
How long ago did they do that?
It was a couple weeks.
Okay.
It was a couple weeks, but yeah, man, that was good stuff. That was good stuff. A lot.
It started.
And the crazy thing is, they played a lot of records that I had never even heard before. They played a lot of obscure records and stuff like that, but it was a real good time, yo.
Yeah, from like I didn't get to see the whole thing, but like it seemed immediately from the beginning to me that they was gonna focus more so. They threw their hits in there, so to say.
Yeah, but
they was focusing on lyrical context.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, I'm liking what I'm seeing right here.
Yeah. And they weren't.
It wasn't
you know what I'm saying? It wasn't
like
they was actually having a battle. Like they brothers at the end of the day, but they was coming for each other head. It was entertaining, man.
Yeah.
And that was just like real raw hip hop, yo.
We need more stuff like that. You know what I was thinking?
What?
It'd be ill if they did something with the verses to where, say, because there's certain verses that we won't be able to see. Like one thing that I saw people post and stuff was like Prince versus Michael Jackson. Get like a ill, like since we're gonna talk about hip hop, since we're on a hip hop tip, we should have like honorable mention type verses where you'll get 2 DJs like to play certain things. Or if like say one of the people is here and the other person is no longer here, you get the representative to represent them and play the music. Like, I want to see something like Mobb Deep versus freaking MOP. But since Prodigy isn't here, you know what I'm saying? You can't really do it like that. So will we do it from a DJ's perspective where that will be fan voted as far as what songs we want to hear and then put those versus each other? Because that would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a viewer's choice versus, so to speak.
Yeah. And then we could have our Prince versus Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody should do something like that. I'm putting that out in the air. Like, whoever DJs and got like access to all of that type stuff, do something like that, because somebody is you're gonna get people watching that.
You never know, man. Maybe one day Swiss and Tim will be watching our podcast, yo. You never know. You never know. But yeah, that was it. It was just like I said, I didn't finish. I caught most of the recap when I was listening to the radio, but just a lot of good joints, man. They played all the lyrical monstrosity hits, like Incarcerated Scarfaces and
Nutmeg, when they dropped that,
I
was like, forget about it, man.
And that was where Ray shined. I think that was the only joint on Cuban Links that was the solo joint for him. Like, it was just him on that track alone. I think that was the only one, if I'm not mistaken. But he bodied that. And if that was the only one, because I can't really, like, the Purple Tape has so many dope songs on it, man. Yeah.
But if that really was the only joint that he was solo like that, he had to come like that to let people know that he didn't need no crutches. Because that would have been the excuse. Everybody would have been using it. He had nah, son. Your boy got balls.
Yeah. I still go for Ghost though, man. Just me personally, I still go for Ghost, because Ghost just, I don't know, it was always something. Just Ghost he got the lyrical ability, and he had the ambiance. Like, not to say that the Chef don't either, but just Ghost just had like you got dudes out here that rap, right? But you can say, all right, he rap, but is he a rapper in the sense of just like everything?
Embodying
like how you move,
embodying all of
just all of it. Like Ghost is that.
Reminds you of a cut. Like, when Wu came out, Ghostface kind of reminds you like he was a cut from the cloth of B-Boy with Rakim and Run DMC. And like he gave you that feel. Ray was more on some 90s shit like Biggie and Nas, and like he was on that type shit.
Yeah.
As far as the hip hop thing. So I see what you're saying. I see exactly what you're saying, because Ghost was my choice. Like I said, when Wu came out with Protect Your Neck, I was fucking with Ghost from there.
Yeah.
From there, I was fucking with him. And it's kind of crazy, because just like with the Locks, I fucks with all three of the Locks. Styles P is my favorite one, but I know how nice Jada is, and I know how nice Sheik is. And I always wanted like Sheik and Ghost to do an album together. That's why that Wu Block.
That Wu Block shit, that, son.
I love
when that dropped, yo. I ran. I'm like, what is this? Oh shit! I'm about to go get this right now. I went and copped that
a little bit better
on lunch.
Production wise, but
the bars.
You could tell
that's all. The bars was there, yo.
But the bars was there. The bars was there.
The bars was there, yo.
Yeah.
That was that. Yeah, that one was a classic, yo.
Yeah.
But just watching both of them, and just seeing how them records still stand the test of time, yo. Like when you hearing them joints, and like one of my favorite Ghost joints is Nutmeg. Like the way he opened that joint up, yo, and just started spitting, and you just the beat going, and he just ripped that shit, yo. Like it was just, oh my goodness, that was one of them records, yo. Like Supreme Clientele really had a lot of dope records on it, in its entirety.
Yeah.
You know? And then when Ghost really, for me, like when Ghost really started getting in his bag was what was that? That's like 06 when Fish Scale dropped. And like that, even when that album, soon as that album opened up, that joint Shaky Dog, where he told the whole story, and it ran he had another cut on the next album, the Big Doe Rehab. It was like a whole story, yo. Shit was just phenomenal, yo.
Let me ask you this, because it kind of, I don't know, it seems kind of interesting to me, but you remember when Wu-Tang came out?
Yeah.
Everybody loved Wu-Tang and everything. And then when they started doing like the individual projects and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't seem like, it didn't feel like to you that maybe they was getting caught with a dose of overkill, like kind of Telltale, how Telltale's demise came because they had too many projects at one time. Like, because to me, it was like, okay, when they started going on the solo things, my first album was a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Ray's first album was a classic. Ghostface album was, it was good, but I felt like they could have did more with it.
Yeah,
ODB's first album was good. Genius' first album was a classic. But then after that, didn't it start seeming like it was like just being put out there? Like Bobby Digital, it was funny. And I fucks with the RZA, you know what I'm saying? But then that's when things started seeming like, what's going on? It was
a saturation point, because I think part of that was like RZA was just doing too much, because that's
taking on too much, because
he was doing everybody's solo projects. He started getting to the movies and all of that, and he started getting his hands in a lot of pots. But it's now I get what you're saying.
Okay. But I thought, because I was just thinking about that, like, that's one of the most powerful groups in hip hop history when you think about their catalog. Yeah. They're
the first rock stars of hip hop.
It's the most. I would say that they the most powerful group in hip hop history. Period.
Who the first rock stars?
Who better than that?
NWA.
Oh,
NWA.
Okay. I feel. I feel you.
Okay.
But you know what? But in terms of having a group and then everybody individually being so dope and branching out and doing their own singles projects like that, I mean, NWA really didn't do it like Wu did.
No. Influential on the culture as far as the hood culture.
Oh, well, I mean, NWA was coming up in the time, that was like late 80s, early 90s shit, where like
NWA was basically
nobody had
like
ever heard anything like NWA.
Yeah.
And end up like what we was doing here on the East Coast, we was on that Fight the Power of Public Enemy Black Fist thing. They on the West Coast was on some we will fucking kill the police type shit.
Yeah.
Fuck the niggas. Yeah. They was on that gangster shit, and that was the movement that NWA, they was the militant Malcolm X type dudes while we was the Martin Luther Kings.
Right. They made that fuck the police shit cool.
Exactly.
Like rebel against the establishment type
really
shit. Like they made that cool.
Gangster rap.
And look at the influence that gangster rap has on the culture to this day.
Yeah.
That's still in drill music. That's the drill culture, bro. It's everywhere.
Yeah. They originated all of that.
Yep. They brought it to the forefront.
I'm just saying like Wu, in the sense that like they became so popular and well known everywhere because they were like all these solo projects was here. Then you had the Wu stuff here, and you had the Meth album, and you had Cream by Wu, and then you had All That I Got Is You, and you had you know what I'm saying? They just built up that notoriety from the group standpoint and from just a singular standpoint.
Yeah.
That was just one of the things where they just became like rock stars of hip hop, yo. And just them themselves, their persona, like ODB, all crazy and stuff. Like it was just they really knew how to do that. And to me, they was just being, these niggas, that's how we are. Yeah. That's what made it dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm telling you, I'll never forget when it was the Puff Daddy and the Family tour after Big had passed and whatnot. And it was in the Nassau Coliseum, son. And I was standing, I forget where our tickets was, but I just remember somebody walking past and it was loud as all hell. And I'm like, yo, this nigga burning it down. And he was following, and I'm looking, I'm like, wait a minute. And it was like 25, 30 niggas behind him. And it was the Wu. And they was fucking deep, bruh. And I'm just like, yo, this is hip hop right here. This is fucking hip hop. They was just in there with the people, son. And I wasn't in the front row. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so that's when I was like, yeah, these dudes is real. They really they got their feet in the mud. Yeah. Like, so I respect them. But while we on this hip hop,
I'm a Bone Thugs and Harmony cat.
So I gotta do this, Jeremy.
I don't know who that is. if that is your real name. No, I wanted to touch on it real quick before you go on, Smell. Like me personally, like, and yeah, I might disagree. I'm a Bone Thugs and Harmony fan.
Oh, from day one, you said that.
I've been a Bone fan since the day numero uno, and I was riding with them when they broke up how many damn times and got back together. And Busy, with all of the shit that Busy Bone went through, and then he came back, and now Busy got an album that he just put out a couple years ago or last year or some shit like that, and that shit fucking hits, bro. So like Busy, and this kind of gets into Busy had similar problems that, you know, Busy had a lot of drug problems. You know what I'm saying? Like what X is going through right now. But you know, Busy Bone is evidence that and Bone, like the rest of the group, they wasn't fucking with him for a good minute. Because they're like, yo, you're a liability, bro. Like, we still out here. We want to make music. We want to do this. Like, they made an album without him. It was just three. It was Crazy, Lazy, and Wish. And that was it. Yeah. And Busy was nowhere to be found. Because Busy was in a rut. But he came back and he fought those demons and he's good now. You know, so it could happen. You know, you gotta have that internal fight with you. And I just hope that X has the same shit, man, because it's not looking good for your boy.
Yeah, I hope so, man.
But like on a lighter note, since we're on this hip hop tip, I'm gonna double back off of CJ.
No,
I'm doubling back.
Here we go, man.
That Whoopty remix.
Drop a bomb or something, G. Drop a bomb. Drop a burn. Drop something on this, man.
Nah, that Whoopty remix is hard. Yeah. It's hard. Like I'm feeling my son Rowdy Rebel up in there, and like French, he made it interesting. I'm not the biggest French fan at all, but when you put that all together, the whole gumbo that they did, that song is dope, son. Like I can't even cry. So I'm gonna double back off of CJ, but I'm still not gonna say like I'm a fan of him. Like he got flow or whatever like that, but I'm just I need more substance in those bars, man.
Yeah.
All right, well listen, bro. All right, I'm glad that you mentioned your new favorite rapper. because if y'all remember last week I recited a little bit of CJ. You remember how he the blue cheese and swallowing my kids in the 2-seat and all of that good stuff.
Excellent stuff.
But what that did was that gave birth to a new segment that we are going to do every week on the podcast, very quick, and the segment is called Old versus New. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read just a quick little snippet of an old artist and an old song. And then I'm going to read a snippet of a new artist and a new song. And I'm trying and I'm not going to do no bullshit, like songs that were popular and songs that are popular now. All right. Yeah. So here we go. For the old, I'm going to recite a verse from It's Been a Long Time by a gentleman named Rakim, and I think we all know and love Rakim, right? Mm-hmm. So here we go. Right, let me get the mic to my mouth real quick. All right. When I'm out propping, either hanging or shopping, people see me stop and ask me when the album's dropping. The wait is over. Information like a soldier, like I told you, greater, stronger. Now that I'm older. I broke the code of silence with overloads of talent. My only challenge is not to explode in violence. I'm Asiatic and blazing microphones a habit. At least once during the course of the day, it's automatic. In ghetto apparel, mind of an Egyptian pharaoh, far from shallow, thoughts travel like an arrow. Now I can keep going, but I'm not going to do that. And I think what's very interesting, because I was going over a couple lyrics and I chose this one. What's very interesting is that when you recite it like I just did, instead of like rapping it, what does it sound like?
A conversation.
It sounds like poetry. Yeah. It sounds like poetry, son.
Yeah. You can follow poetry. What's being said.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can follow, and it's amazing. Now, on the flip side, I'm going to recite a verse from a song called Oprah's Bank Account by a gentleman named Lil Yachty. Now, Lil Yachty,
favorite rapper in 2015.
Yeah.
What happened?
your favorite rapper in 2015.
Oh yeah, I love my favorite rapper in 2021. What are you talking about?
Let's get it, son.
Now what's crazy is that and Shorty might not like to hear this, but it is what it is. This life. I was dating a chick before Shorty, and she really liked Lil Yachty. And she really tried to tell me that Lil Yachty was nice. And needless to say, I'm not dating her anymore. But here we go. Here's a snippet from Oprah's bank account. All right. Back home on a Prezi, I'm Obama. A, I condone the drama. A. Wait, I'm not done. That was just one line, son. One line. Hold on. All right, here we go. Back home on a Prezi, I'm Obama. A, I condone the drama. A, I tongue down Madonna. A, do you need pajamas? Yeah.
Oh my.
Hold up. Don't do that. Hold up.
Oh my God. Go ahead, yo.
I tongue down Madonna. Hey, do you need pajamas? Yeah. Right? Stay in the night, girl. You promised it. I hide in the cave like Osama did. I'm blowing a bag in the Diamond District. You need me like dollars that are owed to you. Yeah. Run me a body. I'll put a range on the road for you. I don't know what you were told, but I ain't mad at you, baby. Come on. Bars or what?
Let me ask you this. I'm gonna
bars or what? Nah, Smells, hold up, son. Give respect where it's due, son.
I am.
The man say he tongued down Madonna, B.
I'm gonna give all the respect. If you really think about it, what type of lyricism do you expect from someone that has said that they blow on a cello?
That they what?
That's not how that instrument is used, bro.
They blow on a cello. What you talking about? He said he blows on a cello? Like for fun?
He said he had a bitch blow on his shit like a cello.
Oh. Well,
that's news to me. I didn't realize that's how you played the cello.
Exactly. So when you think of that aspect of where that person is coming from, what do you expect lyrically?
Again,
he's right in his bag.
My whole entire thing, my whole shit though, son, is that it's people out here like, you know, old girl from back in the day who really like and respect this shit.
Yo, all I heard from that you said, all I heard was this. Giggity, 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 giggity. That's it. That's all I heard.
That's it.
I didn't. That's all I heard. It's like, yo, what are you talking about? And maybe it's all these kids is into the bop. Like, I need something out your mouth.
I can't just because you think that you know what's cool and stuff like that and you're into what's going on, that don't mean that that your opinion is really.
Were you talking about the people that like Lil Yachty?
The people that like certain rappers and they go to war for them when it's obvious that those rappers are not in the tier that they're being mentioned in. Yeah. Like, if you're really a hip hop, like someone that's been really into hip hop and you really understand what makes someone nice versus what makes someone whack, nobody can argue with you that Lil Yachty is nice. It's just like arguing with someone that's like an idiot, period. Like, if it's someone that's never watched a basketball game in their life, but they just hear about these names, they can't tell you what team is nice in the NBA currently, son.
Yeah.
They can't. But they do know, they know about the sport. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't respect everybody's opinion when it comes to hip hop. And I think that as far as hip hop, I think that if they had a government of hip hop, I may not be in the House, I may not be president or nothing like that, but I'm damn sure gonna be a congressman or a freaking mayor or somebody because I have enough knowledge, bro.
But I've you
since Run DMC.
You don't think
so
that
I know what's nice.
And I agree with you 100%, but you don't think that that's just an old head mentality?
It's not an old head mentality because the whole thing is you can't take away what's good versus what's not. Things evolve, yes, but that doesn't mean that it's good product, bro.
But okay, and you're right about that. But what's good and what's not good is a matter of perspective.
Is a what?
It's a matter of perspective.
It is a perspective. It is a matter of perspective, but there's a such thing called a bar. There's a certain thing that's a bar as far as what is really like. If that's the case, you can just say anybody's the GOAT. You can say XXXTentacion is the GOAT of hip hop because of his following and all of that. Come on, son. We know that's a joke.
I don't think that's how you say his name, dog. But all right.
Whatever his name is, Triple X, as Joe Budden calls him. You know what I'm saying?
But it's a thing. It's a thing. Like
you can't just say that people. You can't just anoint people these things because that's your taste. No, that's not how it goes, bro. There's rules to this shit.
Now, and this is gonna go into my matter of perspective argument that I'm gonna have with you now. If you walk into I'm talking about you, Smills. You walk into a room filled with a bunch of 18-year-olds, right? And they're all bumping, let's say, that Lil Yachty song or whatever, and they think that he's spitting bars, right? Who are you to tell them that they are wrong? Before you answer that though, you got to think about how times change. You got to think about what people classify as nice and what's whack nowadays is completely different when you were 18 back in 1934. You know
Let me ask you this. Since I because I was born in 1934.
I know you were.
What I'm gonna say is this. Do you think Michael Jackson's Thriller album has classics on it?
Absolutely.
How old were you when that came out?
I wasn't born.
Exactly. There is no age limit
to what's to good music.
Exactly.
What's good is good.
That's
period.
Exactly. And that's all that I'm saying.
Now, how can but how do you argue?
Just let me tell you. Hold on.
Yeah. Go for it.
The problem that I think, the real problem is, since we live in this microwave society, everybody wants whatever is going on now to be the greatest thing ever.
I agree.
And that's not how it is.
I agree.
That's all that I'm saying. All I'm saying is for people that think like that, you need to really just take a step back, analyze this art that you love so much, the great people of this art that you love so much, and why are they considered great? What makes their music great?
You know, I again, and I ain't sitting here defending 18-year-olds and what they like or don't like.
You can like what you like.
You like what you like.
I'm never gonna say like MC Hammer sold mad albums, bruh.
Okay.
I'm never gonna say he's one of the greatest rappers.
Yeah.
Cause I know bar for bar,
Gangsta's Paradise was a hit. I ain't out here saying that Coolio's the nicest ever.
Exactly.
No, I got you.
That's all that I'm saying.
I got you. But it's crazy because you got to think about now someone like Lil Yachty. I don't know the numbers that he's doing now, but Lil Yachty did numbers, bro.
Yeah. And that's why I say numbers don't mean nothing. That goes into the Nas argument.
But you gotta, you gotta try to figure out why these cats love them, and that's what really intrigues me about. You know, I'm going through this little old versus new shit, trying to find some bullshit to pull up or whatever. But motherfuckers love these cats, and you could put that shit on, and then if you ask them, yo, what's so dope about that? Then they're gonna tell them, yo, it's a vibe, bro. It's everything's a vibe.
That's the whole thing.
Yo, that's the whole vibe, bro. Yo, that shit get me hype. And
no,
it's like, okay.
They're already like the way that for entertainers now, there's so many different avenues to program your fan base. So you got people following you on Instagram. You're doing things on there that's funny to them. They're following all these different things. You got your YouTube page, you're posting videos. Everybody is following you on all these different levels, and they're developing a relationship with you. So when you drop the product, they're all on it, regardless. It could be an album, it could be a cologne, it could be whatever, because you already have a connection with your fan base. That's why branding is very important, and that's what everybody is really clinging on to nowadays. That's why I'm shocked that Kevin Durant is handling like the situation, like handled the situation the way he did, because he knows that you can't fuck with like people. Like, come on, bro. Like, you can't be leaving those type of trails when you're trying to protect your image, because you know somebody's gonna try to smear your name, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't leave paper trails like that, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm nobody.
I mean, I think it's just a thing.
Like I just don't do it. Like, it's crazy.
Like, I think it's just a thing when you say a matter of perspective or whatever. Because, all right, these young kids, did they really study this hip hop thing? Of course not. But
No.
we know that hip hop, started in the Bronx. It was a DJ for the most part, throwing parties with a break beat, and an MC got a microphone, and that gave birth to what we know as hip hop. So it was about the beat, the DJ, the MC, and the microphone. That's what it was about in the beginning. But what made it that is that as it progressed on through the late 80s and stuff like that, then it became, people started coming about, KRS and Big Daddy Kane and Rakim, that just started coming with hard bars.
Yeah.
Just hard bars. And then that's what hip hop evolved to at that time. And that's what we've come to know and love as hip hop. And as the early 90s show, when Nas popped up and Jay popped up and Big and Pac, and so it still was that. And then I guess as we fast forward to, the early mid 2000s.
When do you think everything changed? Like, real talk.
I think it ever
like
changed.
mid 2000s, man.
I don't think it ever changed. The focus of what's the masses push is what changes. But the as far as the artist, there's still lyrically like you have Griselda. You know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be lyrically tight artists.
It's the more that it's not really that hip hop in itself has totally changed. Yes, it has, but the big change in it all is the listening audience. It's less of us listening and more of these younger cats listening, that now they more so control how the market moves. So
Let me ask you this, Jay. When you say that, it takes me back to my first tape that I heard, as far as me getting my first physical tape and not listening to what my uncle was playing in his room and stuff like that. This is when me and my moms had our own spot and all of this, that, and third, and I got my first tape. It was one of my Spanish friends, Wilbur, in Far Rock, took me to his crib, played the EPMD Strictly for Business tape. I bought that tape. I'm 12 years old, bruh. 12.
Yeah.
But I knew that they were nice.
Yeah.
Because I had a blueprint from when my uncle was listening to Run DMC. So I knew those dudes were nice. You have other rappers that were out at the time, and yes, you would listen to their song and bop to it and this, that, and the third, but you wasn't on it to where you were saying that they was the nicest just because they were actually able to drop a nice little melody.
But to the young minds now, son, to the young minds, what constitutes as nice is completely different now.
That's the thing, yo. And it's like,
it's
frustrating to hear that, because
it don't
that
make no sense to me.
Yeah.
It don't make no sense to you, G, but that's the thing though. We can't really speak. Well, we could speak on it because we've been listening to hip hop and we know who's nice versus who ain't. But just because you nice doesn't mean that you can get a club hype. And that's what the majority
that's the
of
thing.
these kids,
and that's what it's about now, because
which is true.
You can be nice and you can be nice, but that doesn't mean you're going to sell out arenas or go platinum or do all of these other things that people say is the winning formula.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But then again, I'm going to say once again, it's always been like that, because the prime example of that is cannabis. So it's always been like that.
Well, I mean, his career was cut down by LL, but
But still, he's lyrically at the time. Cannabis
and then wasn't he cut down again by Eminem?
But Cannabis wasn't selling out stadiums like how someone like Nas and Jay-Z and all of that. You would think that Cannabis was Eminem back in the day. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
nobody wanted to spoil it, and then LL was
colossal
like, no,
scientifical mathematical rhymes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't want to hear that shit.
At 1,000 degrees Celsius, I make MCs melt. Fuck my record label. I appear courtesy of myself. What are you talking about, son?
But Cannabis just had them. He had them fucking schmuck and big glasses rhymes. Like he had them scientist rhymes. Like he should be holding the beaker. Like it went over a lot of people's heads. Mine's
methodical, mythological, possible, all of that shit. I'm good with all that.
Imagine if him and Keith Murray would have did a whole album together.
I couldn't listen to it.
Fuck niggas' heads up.
I couldn't listen to it. Entirely too many big words, yo.
Word.
Way too many.
Imagine a Cannabis and Immortal Technique joint.
Oh,
can't do that. Yo.
I wouldn't be able to follow it. It'd be too much. Immortal Technique is like he's too much for me to follow. Like he says a lot of shit that goes over your head.
But he says a lot of shit that if you sit back and you really listen,
you got to study.
Immortal Technique is saying some shit.
You got to study what he's saying.
Yeah, like Dance with the Devil. Were you there when I played Dance for the Devil for this man right here for the first time? Son, Smills never heard Dance with the Devil before. This was in like 2013, 2014 when we just started kicking it. And I'm like, yo, what? I put on Dance with the Devil for Smills. Yo, his mind blew a brain matter out the back of his fucking skull when that motherfucker said, listen to what I'm saying, because what I'm saying is true, because I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And I was like, oh my God. If he's telling the truth, that's some incriminating shit right there. But you know, regardless of if it's true or not, that is storytelling. You listen to Dance with the Devil from the beginning to the end. That is the definition of telling a story in the art of hip hop.
Yeah,
it gets well, in my opinion, it's right up there with some of the best songs fucking ever. In terms of storytelling, that is.
It is. That's why it's kind of funny, even though I rocks with my boy Hard Body. But when they were trying to say that King Von was the best storyteller ever, I'm like, you must have just started listening to hip hop. Because King Von was nice with his storytelling, and he was definitely needed for the culture as far as bringing the attention back to storytelling. But I couldn't say he was the best storyteller ever. And I listened to a lot of King Von. I rock with that dude.
On a mainstream level, I would say that one of the best storytellers is M. M could tell a story. And see, Smells, I know, see that look in your face right now.
You see what bag you just opened up, son.
That
you already
condescending ass motherfucking look in your face right now, bro. Let me tell you something.
I think RA tells better stories. I'm sorry.
RA's nicer than M.
He tells better stories. When RA tells a story,
I don't know if I could agree with that. I don't know if I could agree with that. I think he's nicer. I think he's nicer, but like Cleaning Out My Closet by M, that's some, even though again, it's mainstream level shit.
Hold on, you're gonna make me go look at something right now.
There's more underground artists who, you know what I mean, who could tell stories too, but on a mainstream level, Eminem, like Cleaning Out My Closet, bro. Come on, man. What are we talking about? I could talk about M forever. So
yeah, we know you the big M fan.
I'm the M guy.
Man.
But yeah, bro. So that's I find it very, very fascinating with what constitutes as dope nowadays in the eyes of these kids.
It's like I said, it's just a thing of just their perception of, like, I can't really say it's the evolution of hip hop. It's more about this generation's perception of it. Like when the whole quote unquote ringtone rap started, when cats started producing their own records and just doing everything, getting on the computer and all that. I think that's when the shift started. Because that's when you notice everybody's individual sound started coming out because they making their own records at home, and that's like how Soulja Boy got big and all of that stuff was going on. I think that's when that kind of started, and that sound stuck. And then
I still feel like Wayne started it.
Wayne's part of it. He started that whole skateboard rap, like, you know what I'm saying?
When he blew up, I think Wayne started because a lot of these cats emulate Wayne. Like how we look, like how we sit back and look at someone like, I mean, like fucking Jay or fucking Rakim or someone like that. How we look at them like, yo, GOAT status.
Yeah.
These new cats look at Wayne like that's their Biggie.
Right. Yo, you know what's crazy?
There's young cats out here that say Wayne is the greatest.
Yo, and like, it's crazy because when I was like, I remember when the Hot Boys and all of them was coming up, and I'm telling you, I was a Turk fan, and I'm like, damn, I just be picking up wrong ones in these damn groups because I thought Turk was the one over Wayne. I'll still stick to that to this day. And then when I think about with the whole EPMD thing, I was a Parrish Smith dude, but Eric Sermon was the one that blew up when they split.
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess I don't see the star quality in the people. I guess I go more towards what words are being said, man. I guess that's what I get caught by. And not the star.
That's what it's about for me. That's what it's always been about for me. That's why
that just like music earlier,
but like me,
shit.
that's why I'm like
I still bump that
Styles.
Shit.
Even early locks when everybody's talking about Kiss, for me it was Styles because it was just this, everything that dude spit was just real. It was heavy.
Son, Gangster and a Gentleman is one of the illest albums ever that nobody speaks about.
Yeah,
every song on that album is
every
song from beginning to end.
Every song. That and even the follow up, even Super Gangster was hard. Super Gangster Extraordinary Gent, hard. And y'all know how I used to bang those Styles albums. Just
come on.
Yeah, Styles is probably he's the best one in that group, but Jada.
Nah, yeah, Jada will none of them are. Yo, they really all three of them dudes are juggernauts, yo.
Yo, you know what?
Juggernauts, yo.
Who would you put up against the Locks in the verses?
Nobody. That's hard to answer, yo. When it comes to just bars, records, and just longevity,
I don't.
Off the top of my head, I can't.
The closest I would think would have to be like. See, and that's the different era. You can't put Dipset because Dipset will have to go against G Unit. Like,
yeah.
Yo, what was the group? What was the name of the group from like the early 2000s with
If you got to think about it, there's no competition for the Locks.
Nah, I'm not. You're right. I'm saying what was the group that Jay Mills was part of? It was a 4-man group, or maybe it wasn't Jay Mills. It was a 4-man group, and they were nice, but they broke up. Fuck. I'll figure it out. I got a computer in front of me. I'm gonna use it.
That's the thing. The Locks is on some. That's like a cheat code, man. They a super group, but they always drafted by the same fucking GM.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of crazy. It's not like they just pulled different people from different areas and made that group. That's like...
You can't put G Unit against the Locks.
Nah.
Huh?
You can't do G Unit.
Nah, because it's different eras.
Yeah.
It's different eras.
Well, I feel you. But everyone in the Locks was still rocking in the 2000s.
But if you want to just throw it like as far as groups to go toe to toe with the Locks, G Unit, and you know me, I'm from Queens, bro. But the Locks got that'll be good. That would be a good one. But I don't know if G Unit got enough.
Yeah, the Locks got hammers. Like, remember, the Locks just put an album out last year.
Yeah, like you got to start going into individual projects for G Unit to like stay with the locks. Because the locks, man, that's one of the greatest to ever do it, man.
Yeah, when it comes to hip hop groups, yo.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest to like you can't take
still
nothing
rocking.
away from
Still rocking, and still rocking.
And I don't think they ever broke up.
Nah.
Even when they was doing their solo shit, like it was never no beef amongst them or nothing like that.
Nah,
like,
they never broke up.
Yeah.
It was just, doing, like you said, doing
and
their
if
solo
they did
records
have
and,
beef, they handled that shit like men and nobody knew about it, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's always been Bone Thugs and Harmony's problem.
Like,
Because they'll break up and you know why.
Yeah.
You know why they broke up.
Yeah.
One of them is in fucking jail. Fucking Flesh and Bone is out here shooting people with an AK, which is real shit. And fucking Busy's out here. Yo, I remember I went to. It was at I think it was at BB King's in New York, and it was Bone. And that was my first and only Bone concert ever, and I had the time of my life. But I remember we was up there, and it was Crazy Lazy Wish and Busy. And Busy was bald like that, bald. And you know how they all got their long hair.
Yeah.
That's kind of their signature or whatever.
Yeah.
Busy was bald because he was fucking going through it. This motherfucker was on stage like this. He was taking cigarettes from people in the crowd and all of that shit. But what was crazy was that this motherfucker lit a L and started smoking it on stage and started passing it to people in the crowd. Yo, let me tell you how I was like trying to get through people like, yo, hold up. Hold up. I got to hit that. Yo, let me hit that L, bro. I need to hit that. Because to be able to say, and this is going to sound crazy to people who don't smoke weed, and I get that. That's great. But it's legal in New Jersey, so kick rocks.
New York.
What happened?
Yeah,
and New York.
Since when?
Last week.
That just passed, yes.
Yeah.
You better look at the news, bro.
Okay. All right. Well, cool. But to be able to say, yo, one of your favorite artists from one of your favorite rap groups passed me the L? Shit.
If I was able to have a scythe with Snoop, right after that, I can quit smoking for the rest of my life.
You would have to because you wouldn't survive. I'll be seeing Snoop because Snoop is on Twitch. Like Snoop is actually a really, really big video game streamer. And he be on Twitch and he has a huge following on that. Yo, he be on Twitch with L's this fat, son. And I'm like, yo, I don't know how you do it. It would take me a month to finish that L.
And you know that's in that Cali, so I'm
bro.
Yeah.
I'd be dead. All right, well, with that said, I guess that's music because we coming up on some time, but we could go over a little bit if we need to because we could afford to do that.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to get in some video game news right now.
Okay.
And this is gonna be some good shit, son. All right. First off, I'm going to shit on both of y'all right now because MLB The Show 21, Lou, the joint that was on PlayStation forever, finally came to Xbox, right?
Yes.
We're all very happy about it because as Xbox users, we finally got an MLB branded baseball game. Launch day is going to be on Game Pass.
Oh, yo, PS4 and PS5 players are tight about that, yo.
Launch day.
Because they got to pay $70.
Because you got to pay $70 if you want it on Series X or if you want it on PS5. Those games are now $69, son. They jacked it up $10. But if you got the Game Pass, it's free.
Let me ask you this.
Is
that cross-platforming?
What do you mean?
Since it's on Xbox now?
You mean if I have it on PlayStation, you got it on Xbox, can we play?
Yeah.
I don't know if the servers are the same.
Okay.
They might have.
Because I'm trying to figure why would it be $10 more? If it's $10 more, that would make sense.
No.
No, it's $10 more because of the new generation.
Oh.
They don't want, you know how they finally added another $10 to it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
Okay.
if you want Demon Souls, which is a PlayStation 5 exclusive, it's $69.99.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Now,
what they
but you
doing
know
now.
what? Come to think about it, though, games that you can play on previous and current, and it's crazy how previous is now Xbox One and PS4, but they're still $59. But exclusive games that are exclusive to next gen, them bitches $70.
So wait a minute.
Crazy.
What about the games that they bring out that automatically upgrade? They're gonna stop doing that?
No, you pay your $59.99 and the upgrade should be free.
Okay.
That's what it.
But just moving forward, any new games it's $70.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna make games like that no more.
What you mean?
But they still gonna make
where
games
you
for
enhance?
Xbox One and PS4. They still gonna do that. But they may start slowing down with the whole Xbox One X enhanced games
Right.
like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what they
That's
about
what I'm
to
talking
probably start slowing down with.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just wanted to let you know that it's going to be on Game Pass, and Game Pass still to this very day is, and this, listen, let me tell you something. Xbox don't sponsor me. Microsoft don't sponsor, motherfucker. I wish, but I will tell you right now that Xbox Game Pass is the best deal in gaming and has been for a very long time. And for a PC motherfucker like myself now, son, I pay for the Game Pass. I got all the free shit on the Xbox, and I got free shit on my PC. Plus, the EA Play is now on. So, like, all the EA games I could download on my PC and on my Xbox. It's a no-brainer to me. But if you're listening to this video, apparently only me, because these two gentlemen don't think that it's worth it. But that's okay. That's fine.
Listen, man, it's sometimes it's too much, yo.
Yeah, that's a little too much. I know when certain companies are doing the hook, line, and sinker, so to say, and I'm from the way that, and you know how I am. I'll get stuck in a universe for years. I got stuck in the GTA universe for a couple of years. Right now, it's the Resident Evil Resistance type thing. And that's also transitioning to, like, you with this One Punch Man thing that I'm on now. It's ridiculous. I love that universe. I love that freaking.
What episode are you on?
And the way I finished the whole first season.
You finished the first season?
Yes.
You tell me that final fight, son, with the dude with the one eyeball.
Yes.
When he punched the dude, and the dude was like, "Oh shit." And broke his armor off and then powered up.
Yeah.
And he kicked him to the moon.
Let me tell you, the way the game pulls that from, like, the series and the characters in that universe, I am loving it, bro.
That's dope.
It's mad fun to me.
That's
and it's
dope.
on some next level to where the online aspect of it, you're basically building your own superhero in this world. So you know how it goes with the classes and stuff.
Yeah.
So you're making your own superhero from scratch, bro. And you're running around meeting superheroes and stuff. And, like, when you go online, it's like we would be encountering monsters, fighting together. You guys, I'm telling you, man, if you could get it, like, I got it for $15.99. I got it.
I mean, G, I'm gonna tell you straight right now, son. Watch the anime. And I know you ain't too big into animes, but One Punch Man is really good.
Yo, it's funny, bro. One Punch Man, basically, think about it like this, John. One Punch Man is a superhero that has beat the hell out of everybody so easily that he's bored with it.
Yep.
And he walks around with that attitude that he's bored.
Mm-hmm.
But it's on a comical, like, condescending.
And he's just waiting. He's waiting for that one dude to come to challenge him.
It's mad funny, bro.
Yo, it's so good, bro. It's so
you would
good.
enjoy it.
And the good thing about it is that it's short episodes, bro. So 12 episodes, a half an hour a piece. And when you're done with season 1, I wouldn't even jump into season 2. I didn't like season 2. I thought it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I didn't watch season 2, but I binged all of season 1 yesterday.
The other thing I wanted to talk about, Smills, and this is directed directly at you, bro, is that finally I don't know if you peeped. Finally, we are getting a boxing game.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
man.
I was watching the footage. And it looks good, son.
It looks beautiful.
Yo, with the footwork and then how like how every punch doesn't land the same way. How you could like it'll brush off of somebody or something like that.
And then you could feint. So you could go to throw a left hook, but you could essentially cancel it if you see that they're doing something else, and then you could counter.
Yes.
Yo.
It's
So yeah, this
EA,
company,
right?
huh?
It's EA?
No.
Is it EA?
No.
Who is it? What company?
It's not EA. It's not 2K. It's a company called Steel City Interactive Limited. Some no name. I never heard of them before a day in my life, but it's called Esports Boxing Club. And so far with a roster, it's crazy. They got
I don't know nothing about the roster.
So
I
far,
just saw, like footage.
And part of the legends, they got Sugar Ray Robinson, Joe Frazier, Rocky Marciano, Joe Lewis, Floyd Patterson, Jack Dempsey, Jack Johnson. As far as new cats, they got Roy Jones Jr., they got Juan Manuel Marquez, Amir Khan, Arturo Gotti, Mickey Ward. They got Povetkin is in it.
I wonder if they're gonna do that thing where there's mad different Roy Jones in different weight classes, or just the best Roy Jones.
Yeah, they had Roy Jones in Fight Night Round 3. He was in a couple different weight classes, right?
That's what I'm saying. I think that'd be a waste of space for boxers. Like that could be different boxers. So just have the best version of that fighter and whatever weight class that was.
Yeah, but then when you say like people like Pac-Man, like what weight class you gonna pick for Pacquiao? Yo?
When Pacquiao was his best welterweight.
Yeah. Okay. They should do when they're in their prime. That
I wouldn't. I think like they shouldn't have a lightweight Pacquiao in that. You know what I'm saying?
But they even got Sean Porter in this shit. Sean Porter.
But see, and even
Sergio Martinez is in it.
You can have a welterweight fight a lightweight because that's only 2 weight classes difference. So I don't know. There's a way. Like I just think that's a waste of space as far as having a boxer having 3 different slots or 4 different slots. That could be a different box.
Yeah, I guess so.
But from what I read, they're going to be constantly updating this game. So as new boxers come out, they're going to be putting them into the game. You don't got to download no custom characters, nothing like that.
Oh, so the company's going to make them.
The company is going to continue to update. This game is going to have mad people in it as time goes by.
How are they able to afford this and EA couldn't?
I guess EA's just not, they're just not checking for the boxing realm right now.
That's crazy.
I don't know why
because
not.
EA got their they got the UFC, right?
Yeah.
And they make a lot of money off that UFC game.
No, they don't.
They don't?
UFC's best year doesn't compete with Fight Night's worst year if you look at copies sold.
Oh, well, I stand corrected. That
That's
don't
why
make sense
it's
to me.
stupid that they got rid of the boxing altogether.
See, it says right here, this model will keep regular content coming with legends and rising stars being added throughout the lifetime of they're calling it ESBC for short. Also available will be a complete character creator suite with high quality visuals. Check out our growing roster below, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, this is going to be the new fighting game or the new boxing game that we've been waiting for all these years now.
That's what's up, yo.
Do they have a release date?
Release date is supposed to be no release date in sight. Which is cool.
So let's hope that it gets made. It's just
as much time as you need. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's crowdfunded?
Nah, this is an actual company, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, still,
it
could be an actual company, but like Friday the 13th was crowdfunded.
I got you. Yeah, I don't think so. And as I'm doing my research here on Google, I don't see another game that these people made, or maybe I'm bugging. Yeah, this might be their first project.
Oh, then
Well,
they
I hope
better
they
come
knock it out the
hard.
park. I hope they knock it out the park.
Yeah, they gotta come hard then.
This is either going to be like the greatest boxing game ever, or it's going to be a straight flop.
I mean, either way, it's gonna get copped for those that want a new boxing game because there hasn't been a new boxing game in mad long.
Since 2010.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is that Fight Night Champion is still the shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Still the shit. I love that game. Still, and you want to know what's even crazier? Some the servers are still up for that.
Yes,
game.
I still get it on with people. I still get it on with people.
That's what's up.
Okay, so now I just got a question. John, did you see the King Kong versus Godzilla? Because I'm definitely throwing it on today.
I didn't see.
No, actually, I ended up not going. I had to come to the crib, so I'm probably actually gonna watch it at the crib, even though I wanted to see it in the movies. But I had
You got the HBO?
I ran over. Yeah, I got HBO Max.
HBO joint?
Yeah.
I thought you ain't had cable. I thought you said you don't do cable.
That's why I got HBO Max, because I ain't got cable. Yeah, I got it. Once they started, when they made the announcement that they got the Warner Brothers deal and they putting the movies on there, I was like, all right, how much? Yeah, I got it. I just wanted to watch that in the movies for the experience because
Just
you know
for the
that's gonna
experience.
be,
Of course.
that's gonna be lit, yo.
Can you
There's
imagine how it sounds in the theater?
That's what I'm
Oh
saying.
my god!
Yeah.
I
That's what I'm saying.
started to watch it, but I started watching it late, so I was like, I'm not giving it the attention that it deserves, so I cut it off. But
Have
Oh,
you
no,
watched
we gonna talk
everything
about that next
builds
week.
up?
what happened? What did you say, Smil?
Have you watched everything that built up to it, like the whole MonsterVerse thing, like the Godzillas and?
I watched the Godzillas. I have to watch Kong Skull Island again.
Oh, that was excellent.
Oh,
That
I
was
watched that
excellent,
shit
yo.
on
Movie.
bootleg, like back when like the Fire
you watched
Stick.
it with me? Did
Huh?
you watch it over here? I could have sworn I put you onto that.
I think maybe I did, but I remember we watched it. When I watched that shit on, like, you remember Cody back in the day? That shit on
Cody box? Damn,
on the Cody
son.
box, bro. I watched that shit bootlegged in a motherfucker, like handshaking camera and all of that. That's how I
Yo.
watch Kong Skull Island.
Nah, Kong Skull Island. That's what kicked it off. That and that Godzilla.
Yeah,
Both Godzillas.
Both Godzillas. Yeah.
both Godzillas, they were
Yeah.
good. I liked them.
Yeah. The second one, especially when they started bringing everybody back, yo, all the
Yo, when I
monsters back.
saw the
That shit was-
scientists in the second Godzilla, I was like, yo, this is dope.
Yeah.
This is dope.
Yeah.
They did a good one. And then they have my two favorites on there. The chick from Stranger Things and then the one from the Bates Motel.
11,
Yeah.
11.
Yeah.
I fucks with 11. 11's cool, man. We
Yeah.
watching her grow
Yeah,
up.
Millie
before
Bobby
our eyes.
Brown and Vera Farmiga. She from
Yo, all I see is Norma Bates, man.
Clifton, by the way, which is dope. New Jersey representative.
What? Vera Farmiga?
Yeah.
I fucks with her. She
Yeah, she from Clifton.
She plays that's Lorraine Warren, Lou, from the Annabelle and the Conjuring movies.
Yeah, she did that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she was in a movie with George
Yeah, she
Clooney
do a lot
that
of
I like.
dope horror joints.
So that's
But
that.
yeah,
So
that's I might
hopefully
just
that,
have to do that today.
Hopefully that boxing game is dope. We gonna check out this Kong movie so we can talk about it next week for sure.
Yeah.
And I guess because we getting close to it, guys. I guess to wrap it up, I mean, I wanted to touch on this shit real quick. That this could open up a whole can of worms. We'll try not to let it, but I just wanted to touch on it because it's interesting. So, you guys remember a few years ago that there was a little girl on Dr. Phil, and she said, "Catch me outside." How about that, right? And she ended up blowing up. She got like her own fucking little corny ass career, all of this shit. Whatever. Listen, you making money, that's great for you. She just turned 18 years old and got an OnlyFans. All right. And this girl on OnlyFans made over $1 million in 6 hours of being on OnlyFans. What am I doing with my life?
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
When it comes to the OnlyFans pages and how they get money, it's from the donations that people pay while they're watching that page, right?
It's a couple avenues.
I'm breaking
From
down.
what I heard,
It's a couple avenues.
It's a subscription service, like you pay per month, and then I think it's something about like tips or something like that.
Exactly. That's what.
And I don't know what.
But
Like
they
aside
really
from
get their
that, I
bank
guess.
from the tips of live streams. I'm assuming
I guess so, or whatever they post.
because
She posted it right here. So basically, through subscriptions,
Yeah.
put a comma, she got $757,000 and some change just from subscriptions.
How much is her prescription or subscription? I should say.
I don't know.
yeah, how much is it? Go on her page and look.
I would have to go on her OnlyFans, and I ain't doing that.
Yes, go on.
Nah,
there,
you
look.
do
Good
it,
son,
bro.
you know you a fan, yo. Go ahead, yo.
I'm good. Nah, from tips, she got $5,500. From messages, and this is motherfuckers being in her DMs on OnlyFans, she got $267,000, and all
Wait,
of
you
that.
gotta pay.
So you gotta
to
pay the
send
message.
her a fucking message.
No. You can send a DM and include money in it.
Or
But
like
why
a
would they
Cash
do
App?
that? What is?
I don't
I'm
know.
not even gonna- I'm good.
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't
Yo,
know how that works.
That's so that's three different avenues and one. You put yourself on one site, you got three different avenues to get money. Subscriptions, tips, and I guess
And
Cash
they-
App
they can
DMs
DM
or
you.
whatever.
Right.
Yo, that's crazy.
And
I'm
she
doing something wrong with my
made-
life. I gotta get right. I don't know.
She made approximately 1,030,703.43 in the span of 6 hours.
Yo, she made like $180,000 an hour.
Yes.
Yo, mama said that
What
money
the
don't grow on
fuck,
trees,
son?
but that's not in this fucking era. Niggas is finding ways to make money fall from the sky, bro. That shit is crazy.
She probably made more money in that 6 hours than she made with her whole career, her whole rap
Yeah.
career or whatever she.
Yep. No, she has about.
But let me ask
She
y'all
said about-
this. Let me ask y'all this real quick. Does this now mean that if you got a little bit of clout, or if you a good looking chick, that you don't need a job?
That's exactly what it means. Cause think about how it works. Cause like now you got that OnlyFans thing, and then like Instagram and Twitter and all that. Chicks been doing that since the birth of. So you get your quote unquote million followers. You put all your links in there, or you put a little snippet up there and say, "Come over to my such and such," and say you get 50% of them over there. That's 500,000 people. Say half of those people decide to subscribe, that's 250,000 people. And depending on how much your subscription costs, like $4 with 250,000 people, that's $1 million.
Yeah, we live in an era to where now you don't need to go through the grind that people had to go through to get like publicity and notoriety and all of that.
Nah.
You can create your own shit now,
Instagram.
depending on what you're willing to do.
If you a good looking chick, Instagram. That's all you need.
Son, that's all you need. Like if you're a good looking chick, you go on Instagram, you throw like half naked pics and stuff like that. You got stupid people that's gonna go up there, they're gonna be sending you money and all that shit for you flirting with them. They thinking they really gonna get a chance. Like,
But that's
so much
simps
shit.
though, bro.
Yeah.
That's simp shit.
They're in the world.
That's
Apparently,
what it
it's
is
a
now,
lot
yo.
of them in the world, because
That's what it
Simps
is.
done put over $1 million in this chick's pocket in 6 hours. That's simp shit right there.
Yeah.
That's a
But it's
motherfucker
crazy,
who ain't
yo.
never got none ever in his fucking life, or maybe only got a taste of what vagina can do for a man. And, he's like, like, let me get her some money, thinking it's going to do something for him. Motherfucker, you're
Like I can't
corny ass
imagine a
$5
dude
ain't
jumped
gonna
in
do
her
nothing.
DM and like cash tapped her like 5 racks and be like, "Yo, can I just take you out to dinner?" And she just left that shit on red and took his
Exactly.
money.
That's it.
Like
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
That's it.
like yo. Now what you sitting there doing? Oh shit, she ain't respond back.
That's
Like,
it.
my nigga, what you thought was gonna happen?
We live in a world full of simps, yo. It's crazy.
Like man,
Like, what can I tell? Like, if you a regular chick who live down the block, you ain't got no type of fame to your name or nothing like that, other than the fact that you're a good looking girl with a lot of Instagram followers, and now you make money off of OnlyFans. more money than me, more money than you, G, more money than you, Smells. You make more than all of us. What can I tell a chick? I can't even say nothing to a chick like that. You out here and you getting your 2021 grind on. This shit is fucking crazy.
And it's even more so now because everybody's sitting home. So now cats got time to be logged in.
Honestly, if you do get it going like that, I hope you don't spend it as fast as you get it, because that run is not going to be long.
Yeah.
No.
Because once your looks fade, or if anything happens,
you got to have a plan B.
You can't present yourself the same way, it's over.
Yeah.
And if you don't have anything else,
if you get money like this chick is getting money right now, because we know she look like the type that she probably gonna spend it on some dumb
as soon as she gets it.
But if she has somebody behind her that could be like, yo, take this money, invest it here, invest it there, get some annuities, let the shit fucking grow, blah blah blah, and in 10 years when you're 28 years old, you're gonna be a multi-million
Did you hear what she just said? 10 years from now, when she's 28,
how about
still
that,
not
son?
Even 30.
Yeah, how about that, son? All off of Dr. Phil, bro. She said, "Catch me outside." Yo. How about that? And now she's a millionaire. A millionaire.
Yeah, yo. It's funny how things like that work, man.
Yeah.
It's real funny because would she have ever blown up like that?
Not if she didn't say it like that. Those are moments that can't even be scripted, and those are moments that you know are meant to happen. For whatever the world needed, that moment was meant for the world to see.
Crazy, yo.
Yeah.
Crazy. So that's what it is now in 2021 if you look good. Get you an Instagram, get you an OnlyFans, make more than most people's daddies.
Well, shit, then what do I do?
Keep riding that train, son. I'd rather get butt naked and make your own OnlyFans.
And nobody want to see this. Who knows? You never know.
It's a market.
Somebody for everybody, son. Right? You know what I'm saying? Somebody for everybody, right?
Come on, son. Don't act like it ain't a market for dad bods.
Listen, man. I slap some hot. I get some hot maple syrup.
That's it, bro. That's it. Yo, that's funny.
Oh man, yo. But yo, shouts out to them, yo. You can't be mad. They making their bread hand over fist, yo.
You really
just like I said. Bro. Hopefully, she's not spending it as fast as she's getting.
That's it. And make some smart moves with it, especially now while you young. You 18 with $1 million. If you really had a discipline, you'll be set for the rest of your life. You put that money in the right spots and let it start working for you. You'll be set forever, yo.
Yeah.
Straight up.
And you know what? In 3-4 years, when we on episode 300 or whatever, and we come back, she gonna be in the news on some dumb shit. Drug overdose. And I don't want to jinx nobody. I don't wish bad on nobody.
I can see her going to jail. She'll go to jail for getting into a fight with somebody.
She's gonna be holding. She's gonna get caught for holding, son, on some dumb shit because she's the definition of a wankster. Let's be honest.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
That's what she is. And I mean,
she's gonna be involved in something that's gonna go wrong, and they're gonna attach her to the situation.
They're gonna attach her to exactly, and she's gonna be in jail for some dumb shit.
Yeah,
because she running around with $1 million buying shit she shouldn't be buying.
Terrible.
Let's hope it doesn't go that way.
I hope it don't.
We'll see.
I hope it don't. I didn't know that this podcast was going to turn into, let's hope that bad baby ends up having a good life with her $1 million. But I mean, in 2021, this is the news, everyone. This is the news. So with that said, I think it's about time that we go ahead and we wrap it. Any final words before next week, gentlemen?
Nah, man. Everybody stay healthy, stay safe. Sending peace and blessings to DMX and the family. You know what I mean? Hopefully we can pull through. I know the news is seen and dire, but you never know what God got in store for you. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, people, like I said, stay safe. Have a productive week. We'll see y'all next week. Tune in.
Yeah, my thoughts, man. Thoughts go out. Thoughts and prayers go out to DMX. I don't know what's left of his journey, but I'm with him all the way, man. That's going to be my dog for life. I love the music. I'll never forget when Rough Riders Anthem dropped That
Oh,
year,
man.
the Greek Fest was ridiculous. If you wasn't there, if you wasn't on that road, the Greek Fest in Long Island, when Rough Riders Anthem dropped, that was a moment.
Well, let's not
Peace
say it
goes
like
out
he's
to
gone.
Rough
He ain't gone yet, and hopefully he
Nah.
pulls through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Big prayers go out for DMX. Obviously, we're all big fans here, so hopefully he pulls through, and we got some good news on next week's show for real. But all right, that's gonna do it for this week, everybody. We thank you for listening and watching on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. We're gonna be on Pandora, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts soon. So look out for your boys. But that's gonna be it for this week. Everybody stay safe, stay happy, all the great shit, man. And
Go Knicks!
Check y'all.
Peace.
Later.